Everyone says that around here, like, have a good one, stay cool out there, hydrate.
Make sure you
right,
hydrate.
everyone says that. We are talking about this misnomer that just putting a couple gallons or a gallon of water through your system is going to do the trick. But this applies not just to the industrial athlete, not just to the manual laborer or the athlete who works out outside. I mean, if you're doing anything to exert yourself, or as we explained earlier, when you sleep, you lose more than a liter of water when you sleep.
Plus, a lot of the things that I hear with some of the companies I work with is over the weekend, guys will have a little too much to drink maybe, and they'll come in Monday, and they're dealing with triple-digit heat, and then they're also dehydrated.
And they're hungover,
And they're hungover. So the options are not really good right now. It's either, you got your sports drinks and packets, the squinchers and stuff, and water.
Yeah.
And it's not cutting it. And so if they have access to something like this, then they're able to at least keep them going and like recover quicker. Like one of the warehouses that I work with about 50 guys in one of the warehouses here in Fort Worth, and they're young, they're hauling stuff. It's a shipping company,
right?
And they
get wild.
I was doing a presentation. I had my little light bulb, and I was showing them. I'll have to show you that later, but just showing them how electrolytes work, and light bulbs are our brain, and I show them how like things don't have in them what we need, but when you add what you need, then it lights up your brain.
Right.
Anyways, he was like, "Hey, I'm really hungover. I said, "Dude, I got you. Go get water." I said, "Get about this much," and I said, "We'll squirt, chug it, and then chug a whole nother thing of water. Get it in the system, get it rolling in you, and then come see me in about 10 minutes." And so I was, talking with some of the managers and stuff like that, and he was like, "It's game changer." He's like, "I feel so much better."
I guarantee there were some cuss words involved.
So here's the thing with that,
response.
though. I'm always like, but that doesn't mean you abuse yourself every night with alcohol.
He's an industrial athlete. To industrial athletes, beer is health food.
Right.
This is true.
Well, they're carbon up.
That's right. So when did you launch this?
2020.
Okay.
March of 2020.
Wow.
March of 2020 when everything shut down. So that was an interesting.
So you had to have been planning to launch, right? Probably lining up distributorships and where are we going to mix it, bottle it, how are we going to get it sent out?
We already had them all.
Okay.
And then everything shut down. So it was frustrating.
So what'd you do? You threw your hands up and gave up?
I gave up.
Or did
Yeah.
you? Yeah, you just set them out?
I was interviewed by our pastor on a thing, because that was during COVID and all that, and he had heard me on an interview with another person, another doctor, talking about hydration and how effective it is when you're dealing with, because we didn't know what we were dealing with, but I was like, anytime you can, hydrated lungs, he was talking about it on my podcast, he was like, hydrated lungs, we're very dehydrated as a nation, but when you're hydrated, your lungs are hydrated, they shed disease faster, right? And when they're dehydrated, they're sticky. They have like a sticky film on them, and they hold on to disease more. So we were talking about that on the podcast, and it was shared with our pastor, and he was like, "Hey, listen, let's do a live, because we've got the streaming thing you can do at the church, and literally it was at the church." And he was like, "Talk to me about how hydration plays into keeping yourself healthy." And I was like, "It's fairly simple," and so I wasn't selling this. I was just talking to companies about it and saying, look, this is something that it's simple. It's a solution to heat stress. It's a solution that really works fast. It's viable. And like, I was doing all of that. I'd never sold anything in my life. Right. And so then I did that interview with our pastor, and everyone's like, "Oh, we want it." I'm like, I don't sell it, but I have like cases of it in my house. Right. And so I was like, well, the world shut down and I can't talk to anybody. So I guess I'll figure out how to sell it. Went to Walmart and started buying crap that you put stuff in, and figured it out. It was the weirdest time of my life, but everything's figure outable.
Oh, it is.
And so we do sell it, and you can go to our website and buy it. I'm still focused on helping companies, and that's what I really want to do, because that's
more business to business. Yeah.
But I started selling it, and so I would get like